start the game between Kake and Huna. Let's play ball. His first team foul for Huna. Kim Howard at the free throw line.
Kake's got one more game in. Kake knocks down a three.
Kake only had 6 in yesterday's contest. Knocks down a 3 there, and let's see if they can get him going tonight.
Bean off the glass too hard. Battle for it. Comes down to Kamal Lindoff. Lindoff across the timeline, working against Rudy Bean, and this is a great guard matchup. Two very offensive-orientated guards. To Kake on top of Show. Show fakes the 3. Moves inside. Bean with the steal. Here comes a 3-on-1 break for Kake. Bean to Howard. Kip drives. Left it off the glass. Rebound. Up. Good by Lloyd Davis. Back the other way. Kake blocked by Lloyd Davis. Bean knocked out of bounds. It's going to be off Rudy's knee, and it's going to be out of bounds to Albert Henchman and Huna. 5-3, Kake by a bucket. 2 crowd favorites. Going to be a lot of noise this entire ball game. Kake with a pick. Kamal Lindoff sets around the baseline to Albert. Inside they go to Fields, working against Nicky. Fields, hook pass to Kamal. Kamal had the 3. Now he'll drive up off the glass. Left it short. Battle for a rebound. Foul's going to be on Fields as he's going to be over the back of Nick Davis. So Steve Fields picks up his first personal foul. John Martin Jr. is going to check in, and Steve kind of looks at the bench going, already? And they're going to sit him down for a rest. But you want to, with only 3 subs, you want to rotate the bodies and keep them fresh. You don't want to leave someone in there for a long time. Lloyd Davis left the 3 short. Showalter tips it into the hands of John Martin. And here comes Kamal. Kamal double teamed by Davis and Bean. I think we're going to have a holding foul on Lloyd Davis. And Lloyd goes, did I really, ref? And the ref goes, yeah, you did really. And Lloyd just kind of looks up at him and laughs. Foul on Davis. First personal foul on Lloyd. Here comes Showalter, around a pick by Kip Howard. Jay Peterson tries to knock it loose. There's a switch. Henchman. Around the pick comes Junior. John Martin off the glass. Nice move. Doesn't move nearly as well as he used to, but boy, he has a nice wide body, and he can still go to the hole. Kip Howard up off the glass and good.
Nice job there of Rudy Bean seeing him down low. Did a nice job of passing it, and Howard did the rest.
Around the pick comes Henchman. Albert drives to the right baseline, leans in. It's the side of the backboard, and it's going to be out of bounds on a touch by Jay Peterson, and Jay turns around and goes, I didn't touch it. Sure looked like it from here. Ball hit the side of the backboard, which is fine. That's inbounds. John Martin Jr. triggers it inbounds. There's Kamal for three. I think that Kip got a piece of it. The rebound comes down to Kake. Bean drives in off the glass. Too hard. Rebound Kip. Basket's good. And the foul is going to be on Albert Henchman. So give Kip the bucket. Give Henchman the foul. Now Fields is going to check in, and John Martin's going to sit back down. So Fields gets a quick 45-second break. Going to the free throw line will be Kip Howard. Shot up by Kip and good. Once again, want to thank your uncle, Angelo Garfield, for sending up the bread. And what's the gentleman's name that brought it up? Rob?
That was Roy, and he says $3 gold medal special. So come down here and get your fry bread if you haven't had any yet in 2010.
It's definitely a treat. 10-5, Kake by 5. Showalter, Kip Howard's got him. Show pulls up off the Henchman. Henchman working around the pick. Kip slides through, cuts him off. Hook pass to Show. Show out on top to Kamal. Kamal drives the lane. Up off the glass, left it short. Battle for the rebound. Stephen Fields, nice save. Bounces it off the toe of Nick Davis, and it'll still be out of bounds to Huna. Now it looks like Russell Dick's going to come in and give Al Tagaban a rest. Russell, not a great shooter, but a great defensive player and a good ball handler. Bad pass stolen away by Bean. Here comes Kake on the run to Rudy. Rudy drives. Pulls up off to Lloyd Davis, off to Jay. There's Jay at the three-point line. Back rim, no good. Tipped and saved by Kip Howard off to Rudy Bean. Bean, baseline, Lloyd Davis. Pick and roll, Kip. Oh, great strip. And there's that defense by Russell Dick. Ball still loose. Can't handle it. Ahead to Stephen Fields to Showalter. Here comes Show on the run. Long three by Show. Knocks it down. Brother Garb gets up and pumps his fist. 10-8 to score. Kake by 2. Back the other way. Lindoff working on Bean. Bean for three. No good. Battle for the rebound. Jay Peterson tried to save it in the corner. Right into the hands of Steve Fields for Huna. Bad outlet pass as they were looking for Kamal. Here's Kake, 3-on-3. Rudy pulls up, 8-footer. He's going to be fouled by Steve Fields. So Fields picked up the foul. That's going to be 2 on Steve now. Going to the free throw line is going to be Rudy Bean. And I think Rudy is scoreless. Is that not correct?
He is, and held under his tournament. Bean fires his first free throw up. It's no good. Bean held under his tournament averages. He only had 28 in the win the other night, Bob. So it'll be interesting to see if, Rudy's going to start scoring, but it's a matter of containing them, and he was held into check, so to speak, last game.
11-8 to score. Show another long three. Kip got a piece of that one, and the rebound comes down to Russell Dick. Dick off to Fields. Mick Davis for it, rocking. It's going to be out of bounds to Huna. Davis pumps his fist, tells the Kake crowd, come on, get into this. You know the whole other side's rooting for Huna. The Kake people are right below us. Into Fields. Fields in the corner to Kamal. So Bean and Lindoff kind of canceling each other out. Neither one of them has scored. Henchman. Quick pass out on top. Into the corner to Russell Dick. Dick lob to Show. A little too long. And Show, nice save. He's on his knee, and they want a 30-second timeout. So at the 14-15 mark, 11 for Kake, 8 for Huna. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay, Bob and Angelo back at the J.D. High Gym. 11-8 the score, and nice save by Showalter down on the baseline. He was on his knees and off balance and managed to get the timeout call. So that saved Huna possession. The possession arrow right now is in favor of Kake in case we do have a jump ball. Pass is triggered in. It doesn't matter, as the ball was out of bounds, so they can throw it into backcourt. Russell Dick saves it. Working on Lloyd Davis inside to Show. Show over Kip Howard. Little long. Steve Fields, another offensive rebound, goes up and scores it. Boy, Fields has done a nice job on the offensive boards, as he's got 3 offensive boards and a couple of buckets. 11-10. Kake by 1. Bean, baseline to Nick. Nick, hook pass to Lloyd in the lane. 7-footer up and good. Lloyd Davis. Brother to brother with a score involved. 13-10. Kamal Lindoff working on Rudy Bean. Kamal goes around the pick. Ball knocked loose. Picked up by Davis to Bean to Howard. 2-on-1. Kip back to Bean. Oh, great defense by Russell, and one too many passes. And there's that defense again by Russell Dick. They say not a big scoring threat, but boy, Kamal, nice body control. Shielded off Jay Peterson and put the shot up a good 13-12. Back the other way, Nick Davis out on top to Jay Peterson. Peterson, hook pass underneath to Kip Howard. Howard, there's Davis, there's Lloyd up off the glass too long. Another rebound by Stephen Fields. Ahead to Show to Kamal. Here comes Lindoff for Huna. 1-on-4, he'll show up. Showalter goes to the hole, off to Russell Dick for 3. Over and off, rebound comes down to Nick Davis. Here comes Kake on the run. Rudy, ball knocked loose, out of bounds, out of bounds. And Albert Henchman hands it to the ref, goes, yep, it's going to be out of bounds to Kake. Checking in Mike Martin, and Mike's number 24 for Kake. And I think Al Tagaban is going to check back in, and Showalter's going to get a rest. So Tagaban in, and Showalter sits down for a rest. Pass comes into Bean. Mike Martin and Nick Davis set a double pick on top. Kamal slides through it. Down the lane, Rudy blocked. And is that going to be a foul on Stephen Fields? If it is, that's 3. Nope, foul's on 33, Russell Dick. So, boy, Fields had his hand in there. And as good a job as he's doing on the boards, he certainly doesn't want to pick up that 3rd foul this early. Bean, another free throw is up and good. So he is 0 for 2 now.
Makes him 1 for 3 at this point.
1 for 3, okay. This one is up and good. 14-12 to score. 2-point lead for Kake. Peterson hawking Henchman. The 2 lefties working man-on-man to Russell Dick off the glass and good. Nice pass, nice move by Russell Dick. We're tied at 14. Here comes Bean working on Lindoff. Out on top to Peterson, right point to Mike Martin. Martin back out on top to Bean. Bean at the top of the circle. Not quite in rhythm offensively yet. Rudy goes around the pick, pulls up, 17-footer. Oh, an air ball, and the rebound comes down to that man again, Stephen Fields, with 3 defensive and 2 offensive boards. Russell Dick hard to the hole. A little bit long. Rebound Nick Davis off to Rudy Bean, and here comes Kake. And I think Bean threw it away. Now John Martin Jr. is going to check in, and I think looks like Albert Henchman is going to sit down for a rest. So Huna's bench a little bit limited here with only 3 players. Pass comes into Kamal. They got the double team going. The ref's got the clock going. And there's the 10-second call. Kamal should have realized where he was and called a timeout. It would have saved the turnover. So nice pressure in the backcourt that time by Kake. And they get the turnover on the 10-second violation. Lloyd Davis to Martin. Mike off on the left point to Jay Peterson. Jay spins into the lane. Ball slapped loose by Fields, or here comes Stephen Fields off to Russell Dick. Left it short. Fields, another rebound, and it's going to be out of bounds to Huna. Steve looking for a foul from Nick Davis over the back, didn't get it. Showalter checks in, and Tagaban going to sit down for a rest. So Showalter in and Al out. Pass into Kamal. Lindoff working around the pick. Head down, goes to the basket, and he's going to be fouled by Nick Davis. So Davis picks up his first personal foul. 14-14, and Huna could go on top with a couple of free throws. Well, one here as we are tied at 14. Looks like Albert Hinchman's going to check back in. Free throw up and good. And now Russell sits down and Hinchman checks back in. I'm not sure exactly what kind of shape Russell Dick is in. I mean, other than good overall physical shape, I don't think he plays Parks and Rec that I'm aware of.
He wasn't in the division I played, I don't think. Doesn't look too familiar, but he does look familiar with playing the game. So.
Oh, yeah, he's played in gold medal for a long time. I'm just not sure he's played in Parks and Rec for a couple of years. 16-14 Huna. Big sweeping hook. Nicky Davis, good. There's that signature move by Nick. Back at 16, we're tied. Here comes Fields working on Nick Davis. Left baseline, Mike Martin shuts him down. Off to Show to John Jr. Back to Showalter. Off to Hinchman. He fakes the three. They go inside to Fields. Oh, nice move around Davis, up and good. 18-16. Back the other way, Rudy Bean. Three-pointer for Jay Peterson, and the bank is open as Peterson banked that one off the glass and good.
2 3-pointers now for Jay Peterson.
That one was ugly. It counted, but it was ugly. That's one of those, no, bad shot. Oh, yes, it went in. Cabal off to Albert Hinchman. Air ball for Hinchman. Oh, nice save by Show into John Jr. to Show in the right corner. Over and off, and we're going to have a pushing foul. It's going to be on Kamal Lindoff. Ball trots down court. Jay kind of gives him the eye, and John Jr. picks up Kamal. Russell Dick checks in, and John Jr. sits down. Pass comes into Peterson. Off the Bean. Bean around a Davis pick. Looking out on the point. And inside for Nick Davis. Nick sweeping hook the other side. No good. Kip kicks it back out to Nick. Nick to Lloyd. Lloyd rocking chair 17-footer. No good. Rebound comes down to Showalter, and here comes Huna. Off to Russell Dick. Russell ducks, and Nick Davis goes flying by. Tagaban for three. Over and off. Rebound Kip Howard. Off to Rudy, and here comes Rudy across the timeline. Rudy off to Kip. Kip ducks through two, puts it off the glass and good. Nice move, Kip Howard. 21-18 as the blue-clad Kake Lincoln Heat come back on top. Here comes Albert Hinchman. Albert pulls up off the Russell Dick. Russell back to Kamal. Rudy and Kamal doing a nice job on each other so far. Hinchman drives on Peterson. Jay slaps the ball loose. Albert picks it back up. Tries to spin inside. Good move. There's Kamal back to Hinchman. Hinchman, long three-pointer right down the tube. No good. Rebound, battle for it. Still open up. Picks up the foul. But he kind of hit Nick Davis right in the eye. So Showalter gets called for the foul. As he kind of got Nick Davis in the face that time. His hand was pretty straight, but he went right up through Davis's face. And you could tell it because Nick got his sweatband pulled off, and he's got a scratch on his forehead, so not much doubt about that one. 21-18. So going to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Nick Davis. 15 fouls on Kake, 17 fouls on Huna. Davis first free throw is up and good. This is Nick now. Nick at the line, not Lloyd. 22-18, 4-point lead. Nick second one up, side rim. Rebound comes down to Tagaban. Off the Fields to Russell Dick, and Huna will bring the ball across the timeline. I think they're looking to get Kamal involved in the offense. Dick, bad pass to the lead. Oh, and almost a great steal by Henchman, but it's still going to be out of bounds. Rudy Bean's going to go to the line. Albert Henchman with the hold, and that's his second personal foul on Albert now. 18 fouls. Rudy Bean at the line. He's like 2 for 4, Angelo, is that right?
Yeah, Bean really hasn't had too many looks tonight. As you mentioned, he's 2 for 4 from the free throw line, but I don't think he has a field goal to show for it.
No. First free throw is up and good, 23-18. In fact, I think he's only taken 1 shot. That's him and Kamal Lindoff, pretty much a standoff. Second free throw up and good. Stolen away and stolen back, and Huna still controls the basketball. Henchman underneath the Fields. Dribbles out the other side. Skip Howard's got him. Goes to the baseline. Tried to reverse it. Skip's got a piece of that. Here comes Kake again. Bean. Working on Kamal in the lane. Up off the glass. And good. So we knew it was only a matter of time before Rudy finally got a field goal to drop. 26-18, the lead is now 8. Henchman to Kamal. Kamal pulls up. 14-footer overnight. Rebound, Lloyd Davis for Kake ahead to Jay Peterson. Peterson leaves it for Bean. Bean goes down the lane, up off the glass, no good. Bringing up the message to Lloyd Davis. 28-18, Huna wants a full timeout. We'll be back after a word from 2 of our sponsors and a 60-second break.
Get the good stuff.
Rumor has it spring is here, and though the calendar says March, Old Man Winter could still dump 6 feet of snow on us. We all know our weather can be snowy 1 minute, raining sideways the next, and clear and cold 5 minutes later. The visibility can be bad at any time, whether it's because of snow falling or road grime. Keep that windshield clean by changing your wiper blades, and make sure you have plenty of washer fluid. And don't forget to check your headlights to make sure you have enough light to see the road. Napa Auto Parts has everything you need to improve your outlook. Napa, we keep America running.
Western Auto Marine welcomes the players and fans of the 64th Annual Gold Medal Basketball Tournament. In celebration, they're having a fishing and boating sale. Right now, all float coats and suits are 10% off, so don't leave the shore without one. On your way out the door, grab a pack of handheld red flares for just $24.99. Head into the cabin, don't forget to pick up your very own 1200-watt camo generator equipped with a 2.8 horsepower 4-stroke overhead valve air-cooled engine. Now on sale for $199.99. Western Auto Marine welcomes the Gold Medal Basketball Tournament. Western Auto Marine has what you need when you need it.
Okay, Kamal Lindoff going to take a rest, and now Chagaban has checked in for him. Oh, no. I thought they had 6 out there because they only had 3, or they only had 2 on the bench, and they've only got 8. So Henchman's going to go to Showalter. Showalter gives it back to Henchman, ahead to Russell Dick. And we're going to have a foul on Nick Davis as he grabbed the arm of Russell Dick. So 2 on Nick. Kake was in a 2-1-2 press, and Huna went to a 1-3-1 to beat that press and beat it. Showalter off to Russell Dick. Russell working on Rudy Bean now, off to Fields. Fields. There's John Martin Jr. for 3. Left it short. Rebound. Henchman's going to run it down. In the corner to Fields. Off to Martin Jr. again. John off to Russell Dick. Russell for 3. It's going to be over and off. Oh, great rebound by Fields again. Can't save it as he climbs up into the stands to avoid kicking the little kid down there. 28-18, Kake by 10. Remember, the winner gets Sitka, Jay Peterson through. The winner gets Sitka tomorrow night, and the loser is 3rd place. Show with the rebound. Bad pass stolen away. Off to Davis. Davis, Lloyd, no good. Kip, off and good. 30-18. Garvin's going to have to be careful as he's up following the ref all the way up the court, and that's not a good thing to be doing. Inside the Show, back to Fields, off to Russell. John Martin off to Henchman. Looking for Show at the high post. Inside they go to Show. Almost a nice block by Nick Davis, and that's going to be 3 fouls on Nick Davis. So now Mike Martin is going to check in. So Show at the line will shoot a pair. And while he's shooting two, we'll take a break and listen to a word from one of our sponsors. So 2 free throws by Show, and then Lloyd Davis comes back and knocks down a 3, and the lead's now 13 at 33-20. Long 3 by Show. Got it. Lead back to 10, 33-23. Here comes Bean on the run for Kake. Rudy goes to the hole, off the glass, left it short. Rebound comes down to Henchman. Henchman splits the double team, and here comes Huna. 1-on-4 now as Kake gets back on defense nicely. Off to Show. Another long 3 for Show. This one's over and off. Russell Dick runs down the rebound. Off to Henchman. Henchman to John Martin Jr. Down on the baseline to Fields, left side. Looking inside for Show. Show against Davis. And I think Lloyd is going to get called for the hold. As soon as Kip got off of him, Showalter picked on the slider, smaller Lloyd Davis and went right to the basket and picked up 2 more free throws. First one up and good.
Kind of funny, Bob. Kake has 5 team fouls right now, both of them from the Davis brothers. Lloyd finds himself with 2, Nick with 3 already.
Free throw line, Martin. Showalter's second one. Oh, he kind of backed off the line that time, and you could tell that one was going to be short as he didn't follow through. Lead 9, Bean for 3. Oh, got it, Rudy for 3. 36-24. 12-point lead. Here comes Kamal Lindoff, and boy, he needs to get started on the offensive end. He's the big gun for Huna. Peterson's got him now. Baseline, ducks in, out on top to Russell Dick. Inside to Fields. Fields to Show. Show pulls in, up off the glass. Basket's good. He's going to be fouled by Rudy Bean, so Bean will pick up the foul. Showalter will go back to the line to shoot 1 and try to be the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. (36-26). How many points does Showalter have, Angelo?
Showalter is sitting pretty right now. I believe he's at 9. That will put him at 10 points. Let me add that up again. 3, 6, 8, 11, 12 now for Showalter.
12 with the free throw. Back the other way comes Bean. Bean handling the ball. Baseline, Lloyd Davis. Lloyd for 3, left side, back rim. Rebound kept alive by Kip Howard, and they call the foul. I think they called the step-back walk on Kip. So the lead is 9, 36-27. Our ever-present towel boy, floor sweeper, Lions Club member extraordinaire wipes off the ball, which has perspiration on it. Kake gonna press in backcourt again. This time Kamal. Oh, that was pretty close to over and back. I think he was straddling the line. Tagaban for 3, and the lead's now 6. 36-30, and here comes Huna. So they've cut that 12-point lead down to 6. You can hear the Huna fans yelling defense. Bean off to Peterson, inside to Kip. Kip, baseline, Davis, and there's 4 on Fields. And boy, he's just got to learn sometimes to back off. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 on Stephen Fields. And that's a foul that he didn't need. you can hear Garvin go, he got all ball. Oh, well, I think that's why did his head bounce then? 37-30. Second free throw up, no good. Off Field's hands, going to be out of bounds to Kake. So that's about the first rebound that Steve's let get through his hands. And the referee turns around and smiles at Garvin. They're having quite a conversation going. Inside, Lloyd Davis off the glass, no good. Rebound to Showalter. Off to Albert Henchman, and Albert tells Showalter, go ahead and come up across the timeline. I'll bring it up. Now he's working on Bean. And Jay's got Kamal inside Henchman to Tagaban. Al in the corner to Henchman. Henchman drive. Whistle and the foul's going to be on Mike Martin, I think. Foul's going to be on Mike Martin. So Mike picks up his first personal foul. Going to the line, and we'll shoot 2 shots. 37-30, Albert at the line, and I don't think Henchman has scored yet.
That's his first bucket of the game there, Bob.
So first free throw is up and good, 37-31. Huna down by 6. Second one up and good. Huna down by 5, 37-32. Across the timeline comes Kip. Pass Stephen Fields. Tried to steal it. Tipped it right back into the hands of Kip Howard. Kip put the bucket up and good, and I think he got fouled by Showalter. So 39-32.
Howard finds himself with 12 points here in the first half, Bob. So definitely the most impressive half we've seen from Howard yet. He fouled out the other night, and we knew he was capable of this, but he can't get that free throw to fall.
Yeah. 39-32, lead is 7. Across the timeline, another long 3 by Show. That was an air ball, didn't hit anything. Rebound Henchman. Hook pass inside for Fields. Fields out on top. There's Tagaban for 3. Al left a little bit short. Rebound comes down to Mike Martin. The Kip underneath from Davis, and that was a bad pass. And it was stolen away as he just kind of flung it down there. Here comes Henchman across the timeline. 39. Kamal manages to save it to Steve Fields. 39-32. Fields off to Henchman. Peterson's got him in the lane. Boy, they've got Showalter on Mike Martin down there. That's a mismatch. And they want to get the ball to him if they can. Double team nicely. Fields in the corner. There's Tagaban for 3. Al, no good. Rebound comes down to Martin. And boy, they needed to get the ball inside that time to Showalter as he's guarded by Martin, a smaller man. Shot up no good. He's fouled by Kamal Lindoff. So apparently something went on in the stands. I didn't see what. It came from a Huna fan, and I don't know if they're throwing something out or what's going on.
It sounds like someone had a whistle of their own, Bob, and when they blew the whistle, half the players stopped, and Henchman said, okay, if you guys don't want to play, I'll take that, thank you very much. And the referees blew it, and now they're having a little bit of a discussion. It sounds like if the fan doesn't confess, they'll go ahead and let him off with a warning this time, but if they do find out who it is and they do blow that whistle again, they're going to be simply removed from the gym.
Okay. Okay, so let's see what they're going to do. So they're going to give the ball to Huna, or are they going to give the ball to... Okay, so I guess they're going to give the ball to Huna.
Rudy had just fired the 3 there, and everyone kind of just stopped on the play, so it's interesting they maybe don't just reset it there. As it stands, Huna ball with 90 to play here in the first.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't give it back to Kake, but apparently Huna got the rebound, so makes sense to give it to Huna. So 39-32. So whoever you are, you better keep that whistle in your pocket. Kip Howard the rebound off the miss by Kamal. Here comes Bean. Hook pass underneath to Lloyd Davis. Oh, inside, nice block by Henchman. Rebound, saved by Kamal to Henchman. Off to Steve Fields. Fields goes by Jay Peterson. Out on top, Tagaban. There's Kamal, and he walked. Tried to set his feet and did a little shuffle step. So Tagaban and Kamal sit down. John Martin Jr. and Russell Dick back in. 39-32. We're inside a minute now. 7-point lead by Kake. These two teams have played each other many, many times as Russell and Rudy kind of chatting a little bit while they're guarding each other. Davis, free throw line, no good. Kip Howard, rebound, up and good. 41-32, the lead is 9 now with 31 seconds. So will we see Huna go for one? I would assume that's what they're going to do, but we'll wait and see. In the C bracket in this tournament, you just never know. This is village basketball, and sometimes they do funny things. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for one. 41. Henchman, great. Oh, had a great look at the three. John Martin with an even a better look. Up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Rudy at the buzzer. So at halftime, it's Kake 41. Huna 32, back in 60 seconds with some first half statistics.
Western.
There's Show for three. Good look. Got it. Nice shot. Showalter Martin. There's Show knocks down a three. 47-35. Lead back to 12. Across the timeline comes Bean. Working around a Nick Davis pick out on the left point. Dribbles to the top of the key where Showalter picks him up. Bean hook pass inside to Kip Howard. Kip on the left baseline. Fields got him. Hook pass off to Jay Peterson for three right point. Jay Peterson knocks down a three. Kake starting to heat it up from beyond the arc now. 50-35, the lead is 15. Round to pick, Kamal Lindoff back to him, no good. Stephen Fields, another rebound. This is about 4 offensive and at least 5 defensive. Kamal Lindoff inside to Albert Henchman. Henchman fakes, double team, hook pass out on top. Picked up by Tagaban, little 12-footer good, Al Tagaban. Nice shot by Tagaban. Back the other way. Bad pass from Lloyd Davis. Stolen away by Henchman. Henchman tells Showalter, come and get the ball. Show pulls up. he have another three in him? Nope, this one's over and off. Rebound, Lloyd Davis. Knocked loose by Henchman. Henchman from behind puts a shot up and good. That's 5 quick points and leads now down to 11. Bean works through the double team. Down the lane. We're going to have a jump ball. And the possession arrow is going to be in favor of Kake. So Kamal sits down for a rest, and checking in is Russell Dick. And boy, this is really uncharacteristic of Huna. They usually have a really deep bench, normally running about 9 or 10 players deep. But with Garvin hurt, that would have been their 9th. And then when Dennis Gray Jr. couldn't make it, that would have been 10, which is their normal depth. But it's nice that they were able to pick up Russell to pick up some of those slack. So we'll see if he gets to play more than one game in the tournament. Henchman, Jay Peterson's got him. Jay tries. We should still have a count on in backcourt. Henchman across the timeline to Tagaban. Al handles the ball. Off to Russell Dick. Dick off to Tagaban. Tags goes inside to Show. Show, nice jump hook over Kip Howard, up and good. So Showalter can do it all. Inside, outside. Lead now down to 9, 50-47. Oh, Show, almost a great steal. Can't quite get it. Rudy's double teamed. And a foul on Russell Dick. So Russell tried to reach in and knock the ball loose. Gets called for the holding foul. That's 2 on Russell now. Bean around to pick. Spins into the lane. Oh, shot up no good, a little short. And I think Tagaban got away with a little bump that time. Russell Dick pulls up, long three-pointer. Up over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Russell turns around and goes, oh, my bad. Show's going to sit down for a quick blow. And Kamal's going to check in. And Stephen Fields sits down, so... Oh, John Martin Jr. came in, okay. I was looking for the 5th. Not a good matchup now with John Martin Jr. on Kip Howard. Bean down the lane, scoops, left it short. Kip up, left it short. Rebound, Henchman for Huna. 50-41, so... Kamal. Blocking foul on Kip Howard.
Howard, who fouled out the other night, only has 1 foul tonight, Bob, so good job for him recognizing that he's an important part of this Kake puzzle, and when he's off the court, that long underneath presence is really missed.
That's true. He had a couple of really silly fouls the other day, and so far that's his first one, and most of the one, that one actually wasn't a bad foul. 50-42, first free throw by Lindoff is good. 50-43. Second free throw by Lindoff is up and good. So Huna, after being down by 13, has come back to 7. Bean drives. I think Lindoff might have got a piece of it. Here comes Huna, 4-on-1. Kamal drives off the glass, no good. Outlet pass. Nick Davis. Davis drives, lays it up and good. Kamal was 4-on-1, went right to the hole. Had a couple of options to pass and decided that he could get it himself and came up short. Henchman. Off to Russell Dick. Dick off to Kamal Lindoff. Lindoff working against Bean. Off to John Jr. Left side to Russell Dick, who comes out. We're going to have a trip on Rudy Bean. Very inadvertent that time as Rudy just kind of turned away and his foot caught Russell's. Rudy goes over and picks him up, says, sorry, man. Very unintentional. Referee goes over, checks. Nope, no perspiration on the floor, so we're in good shape. John Jr. comes into Albert, Henchman. He ducks in, hook pass out on top to Kamal. There's Russell. He had the three, didn't take it. Tagaban. Al moves inside, hook pass in the corner to Kamal. Kamal, we got an offensive foul on Kamal Lindoff. Great step in by Nicky Davis that time. You could see Kamal had his head down and was going to the hole. And Nick says, thank you, I'll take that offensive foul.
Lindoff's really done that all afternoon too. As you mentioned, Bob, he definitely picks that ball up about 6 feet out, puts his head down, takes those long strides. That time, Kake was able to set their feet and draw the offensive charge.
52-43, kicked by Henchman, out of bounds, Kake. Rudy goes, go that way. Russell looks up and kind of smiles at Rudy. Pass comes in. Bean. Hook pass to Peterson. Rudy looking to set a pick. Now he'll handle the basketball. 52-42. Here comes Bean. Good position by Russell Dick in the lane. Hook pass underneath to Davis. That's Dick, no good. Tips once, no good. Rebound Lloyd. And I think we're going to have a foul on Kamal Lindoff.
That's Lindoff's third now.
3 on Kamal. And Showalter is going to check in here. So while while Lloyd Davis goes to the line for a couple of free throws, we'll take a break. Listen to a word from one of our sponsors.
March is Mother Nature's way of reminding us that spring will soon be here. And you know what that means. Spring cleaning, power tools, and when you need the right tool for that job, the one name that comes to mind is Steel. And you find Steel power tools and accessories at Tyler Rental. They carry all the Steel tools you'll need, including the MS-180 chainsaw, the perfect little chainsaw for trimming branches to restocking the woodpile. Tyler Rental, your authorized Steel sales and service center, located at 5295 Glacier Highway in Lemon Creek.
So Davis hits 2 free throws back the other way. Showalter moves inside on Kip Howard. And Kip picks up his second personal foul. Going to the free throw line will be Showalter Martin for 2. So we'll keep it here. Show the deep breath up, rattles it in.
Showalter Martin at the free throw line.
The referee having a little chat with Albert Henchman and Lloyd Davis. Second free throw, up, back rim, no good. Rebound, battle for it. Stephen Fields saves it, but it comes in back to Kip. Kip off to Lloyd Davis, up and good. There's John Martin with no angle, stepped away and didn't commit the foul. 56-44, inside they go to Show. And bad pass by Henchman, and Show kind of having a little chat with Henchman. 56-44, 12-point lead. Across the timeline comes Bean. Bean around the pick, hook pass to Peterson. In the corner, there's Nick Davis. Nick to brother Lloyd. Lloyd, 14-footer, and it stays down. 58-44, the lead now 14, and here comes Showalter. Show pulls up, long 3, back rim, rebound comes down to Davis. Davis for Kake, and here comes Bean and Kake on the run. Off to Nick, off to Lloyd. Lloyd off the glass and good. Lead is 16, and Lloyd Davis with that bucket up and good. And I think Huna wants a timeout. 13-10 to go, 60-44. Back after a word from one of our sponsors.
Money's a lot harder to get a hold of and hang on to these days. That's why your Southeast Alaska State Farm agents are offering a free discount double check. They'll go through your car insurance policy to make sure you're getting the discounts you deserve and aren't leaving any money on the table. So stop by your local State Farm agent today. Jim Kelly in the Mendenhall Mall Annex, Malia Hayward next to Wells Fargo in the Valley, or Reuben Willis, 720 West Willoughby. Being there to help you keep more of your money. That's why they're here.
Okay, we're back at the JD High School Gymnasium. 60-44 the score. 16-point lead as Kake starting to stretch it out a little bit here. A moment ago, they had a 13-point lead. Huna cut it down to 7, but Kake has now stretched it out again as they are on a 9-0 run with Lloyd Davis hitting back-to-back buckets. 60-44, so John Jr. going to inbound the ball, as he will come into Russell Dick. Russell working against Rudy Bean, bring it across the timeline. Down they go into Show, working on Kip. Hook pass out to Dick. Out on top to Albert Henchman. Martin sets a pick. Ball knocked loose. Foul's going to be on Lloyd Davis with a hold. So it's going to be out of bounds on Huna. Foul's on 21. That's Lloyd Davis. Kamal Lindoff is going to check in. Sitting down for a rest, I believe, is going to be John Jr. 3 on Kamal now. So Show will trigger it in. Comes way out on top to Russell Dick. Of course, Showalter and Garvin both played at Mount Edgecombe High School, but their family inside Show up and good. But their family is from Huna, and John Jr. now lives in Huna. Of course, John Jr. played at JDHS his freshman year and then transferred to East Anchorage and was on a couple of Chuck White's East Anchorage teams that won state titles. 60-46, Show long three, no good. Stephen Fields a rebound, and was it Jay Peterson, I think? Let's wait and see. Yep, I think the foul was going to be on Jay Peterson as he walks over and slaps hands with Stephen Fields. Said, sorry, buddy, that's his first. So Stephen's going to go to the free throw line. He will shoot 2. First one is up, back rim, no good. So Fields misses the free throw. Tagaban checks in. Russell Dick's going to sit down, and John Jr., I think, might be checking in for Steve Fields. We'll wait as he's getting ready to check in. It's up. The second one's no good. The rebound comes down to Lloyd Davis. Here comes Rudy Bean on the run for Kake. They lead by 14. Oh, Showalter with a nice steal from behind. Off to Henchman. Albert. Off to Kamal. Kamal, 17-footer, good. And Kamal Lindoff is hitting 60-48.
Lindoff only with 8 points, Bob. That's not his game whatsoever.
No. For Huna to be effective, he's got to be up around the at least 15 to 20. Bean for 3, and he's fouled by Kamal Lindoff. Kamal just walked right into Rudy and just kind of looks and goes, what did I do? So that's 4 on Kamal. Bean's going to shoot 3, and you can hear the fans. Well, I don't know about MVP because they're not in the championship game yet. And the MVP is not going to come from a losing team. 61-48. Has he been an MVP before? Yes, he has. Second one up and good. I'll tell you what, there's a couple of guys from Sitka that are playing pretty well that may give him a run for an MVP. Kake wins, he might have it, but if they don't win, I can see someone from Sitka who's played very well too, and it's another guard. Second free throw up and good, 63-48. Lead is 15 now. Across the timeline is Henchman. He's double teamed. Stolen away by Davis from behind. That's Lloyd. Off to Nick. Nick to Bean. Up and good. 65-48. 11 and a half to go. Here comes Albert Henchman across the timeline. Hands it off to Show. Show off to Henchman. Henchman for 3. Air ball. Rebound. Battle for it. There's that man, Stephen Fields again. And he's fouled by Jay Peterson again. So Fields with an opportunity. He's going back to the line. A moment ago, he missed a couple of free throws. So let's see if Steve can knock down a couple. He needs a couple here with the lead at 17. This one looks good, is good. Jay looks up. They smile at each other. Second one is up. It wasn't quite an air ball. Davis outlet pass stolen away by Fields. Fields couldn't pick it up from the pass on Henchman. Turnover, and here comes Kake again. Bean pulls up. 17-footer. He's going to be fouled by Albert Henchman. So Henchman picks up the foul, and he goes, somebody come in for me. I need to sit down. Henchman just shakes his head. Bean shot is up and good. 66-49. John Jr. comes in. Second free throw is up and good. 67-49. The lead is now 18.
Since Bean missed that first free throw, Bobby's now hit 8 in a row from the charity line.
Pass comes across the timeline to Fields to Russell Dick. I think Huna's running out of gas here a little bit, Angelo. John Jr. in and out. Show the rebound. Went up and scored it. Showalter says, I'm still playing hard. 67-51. Comes Rudy. Nice strip by Russell Dick. Rudy looks around like, oh, I thought somebody called a foul. So Rudy steals it away from Showalter. And now Showalter goes back and fouls Rudy. Rudy looking for an intentional. Didn't get it. Now the referees are having a chat.
Sounds like that.
Foul's going to be on White 20.
When Bean kind of froze there for a little while, Bob.
The officials to announce that if you know someone who has a whistle, to ask them to stop blowing it because it's really causing confusion with the players.
Yeah, you saw Rudy kind of freeze there after he reached in on that Huna player, and he threw his arms up like, you didn't hear that whistle, referee? And when the referee shook his head no, Bean went ahead and stole the ball right back.
Lloyd Davis with a three up and good. 70-51, the lead is 19. Because I definitely thought I heard a whistle and everybody kind of froze, and then they kept playing. Stolen away from by Jay. Off to Watt. Kip Howard walked to that basketball.
He kind of hopped there as the ball was in the air. As he caught it, took a step, and then took his two more, and that was easy to call.
It's like, you got to put the ball down. 70-51. Show in the corner, double team. Jay tries for the steal. Inside, outside. There's Tagaban for three. No good. Stephen Fields, ever hustling. And that man has a motor that just will not quit.
Yeah, he's been impressive on the boards tonight, hasn't he, Bob?
He certainly has. And every time there's a loose ball, you look down, and if he's not there, he's within a step of it. Peterson and Davis playing catch. Showalter knocks the ball loose, and the foul's going to be on Show.
I believe that could be it. Oh, no, that's 4 now for Showalter.
Show. So Lloyd reaches around, they slap hands, and that's going to be 17 fouls now on Huna. So Kate, no, that is 5 on Show.
So Showalter with 5 fouls and Kamal Lindoff with 4, Bob. Huna could find themselves in trouble if Kamal is to pick up that 4th as he checks back in.
Yeah, the 2 big scores. Show's had a great game. Kamal has just not been able to get started. How many points did Showalter foul out with? Show chance there, let me know.
Showalter finishes the game with 22, Bob.
Okay. Free throw by Davis, no good. Rebound comes down to Kip Howard. We're at the 9-minute mark now. Ball slips out of Jay's hands, picked up by Davis. There's the hook by Nicky underneath to Jay. Lloyd fakes the three-pointer on the left point, out on top to Kip Howard. Kip says, I'll try a 3. No good. Nick Davis the rebound as Gary Brown is checked in. Off to Rudy Bean. Bean, Russell Dick's got him. There's an illegal screen by Davis, not called. Inside, Lloyd, foul's going to be on Albert Henchman. Albert raises his hand, goes, yep, I got him.
So that's 4 now for Henchman, Bob. So that puts Kamal Lindoff with 4, Henchman with 4. And as we mentioned, Showalter Martin has fouled out, so Huna finds themselves in foul trouble with not too many substitutions to go along with it.
So Lloyd Davis has 4 and Nick has 3 for Kake. But Huna running out of bodies on the bench. Free throw by Lloyd is up and good. 71-51 as Mike Martin checks in. Kip Howard will sit down. And we probably won't see much more of Kip unless Huna makes a big run. They want to rest his legs.
How did Lloyd do from the line there, Bob?
Hit both of them, and it's 72-51 now. Russell Dick handles the ball for Huna. He's double teamed in the corner. There's Kamal. Hook pass out on top to John Jr. Off to Russell Dick. Moves in. 15-footer. Back rim. No good. Henchman knocks it out of bounds, and it's going to be out of bounds to Kate. So good hustle by Huna. Once again, not effective as they can't get the bucket to drop. Henchman working on Bean. Rudy will bring it up across the timeline. Reverse dribble. Pulls up, left point, drives to the baseline, knocked loose, picked out of there by John Martin Jr. Rudy, you're not going to get that call. Off to Kamal. Kamal over and off. And boy, he just hasn't been able to find the range tonight. 72-51. Kate comfortably ahead by 20. In fact, actually 21. Russell Dick, ball knocked loose. Picked back up by Bean. Bounce pass to Jay. Peterson. There's Martin. Mike Martin back out to Peterson. Jay pulls up. He'll take the 17-footer off the glass. Good. Henchman double teamed, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Lloyd Davis from behind. So Davis kind of got his feet tangled up with Albert Henchman, and he's going to get called for the foul. So Steve Fields checks in, and Russell Dick sits down. 74-51. The lead is 23 now. Albert at the line, chatting with Rudy there a little bit. And now Lloyd Davis has 4. Free throw up and no good. Rebound comes down to Nick. There's that man, Stephen Fields, again knocking the ball away. Picked up by Gary Brown, off to Kamal. Inside to Henchman. Oh, Albert left it short. Fields battling for it. And did they call him for a foul this time? I think they did. So Steve Fields picks up the foul. But boy, he hasn't quit battling. As I said, every time there's a ball on the floor, every time there's something going out of bounds, rebounds, that man Stephen Fields has been there, and he's picked up 4 fouls, and he has earned every single one of them. Nothing cheap on the ones that he's gotten. He's earned them battling hard. Jay Peterson at the line will shoot a 1-and-1. No good. Rebound comes down to Fields again. Off to Henchman. He's double teamed. Off to Kamal. Kamal to Fields. Fields bounce pass underneath to Gary Brown. Off the glass and good. Inside 7 minutes. 74-53. So unless Huna makes a big run here, Cake's going to advance to their 5th championship game. Rudy Bean up no good. Rebound comes down to Gary Brown Jr. Off to Henchman. Ahead to Gary Brown. Gary Brown, and they want him to shoot off to Albert. Albert, basket's good, and he's fouled by Jay Peterson. So he cuts the lead inside of 20 now. Rick Austin checks in for Kake. Nick Davis sits down. Jay Peterson with his 3rd. Albert Henchman can go to the line to make it a 3-point play. 74-55. Albert, free throw up and good. 74-56. The lead is 18. Don't forget, we've got a Class B game coming next. It's going to be Haynes, and it's going to be Heidelberg. And that should be a run and gun affair. Kake just kind of holding the ball out on top. Bean handling it, working against Henchman. Comes back out on top. Now Fields comes and picks him up. Steve's got to be careful as he's got 4 fouls. He's looking for a 5-second call. Oh, nice steal by Fields. Ahead to Kamal Lindoff. Left it short. Battle for the rebound, and I think that's going to be Fields over the back. And if it is, that's going to be 5. So Steve Fields just keeps battling. And that is his 5th personal foul. So Russell Dick is going to check back again as everybody from Kake gives Steve Fields a hand. And even the Kake crowd gives Steven Fields a hand as he never quit battling from the opening tip-off until he finally fouled out. He did everything in his power that he could to try to help Huna win. Rebounds, defense, that was a beautiful steal. Lots of offensive boards, lots of defensive boards. And how many free throw by Davis is up and good. Wayne Watkins is going to check in. 2, 4, and I think Jay Peterson's going to sit down. How many points did Steve foul out with?
Steve finishes the game with only 5, Bob, but as you mentioned, he probably had at least 12 to 15 rebounds in this contest.
Second free throw up and good, and probably about 10 loose balls, as he did everything else that you could do to help round a pick. Hinchman sits a nice pick on Bean. Kamal up off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound. And I think that's going to be 5 on Hinchman, right?
Hinchman, yep, that is in fact his 5th. So man, Huna just
out of bodies. And now I think John Martin Jr. is going to have to check back in.
So Hinchman checks out of the game with the final of 7 points.
And boy, Albert just couldn't get it going. Normally a really nice score, but wasn't able to get it going. Free throw by Watkins is up and good. 77-56. Watkins misses the second one. Tagaban. Long court pass to John Jr. Off to Kamal. To John Jr. for 3. Over and off. Rebound, Lloyd Davis. Tips it into the hands of Bean. Bean off to Mike Martin. Foul's going to be on Russell Dick. So going to Mike Martin to the line. 3 on Russell Dick. Well, are they going to be able to keep 5 bodies on the court? Let's see. Kamal Lindoff has 4, right?
Yeah, Lindoff still only has 4 fouls, Bob.
Okay. Free throw. Mike Martin is up and good. At this point, it looks like Kake is going to be able to hold on. I think the referee found the whistle that was being blown. Second one's up and good. Because he was showing it to his partners, and then he put it in his pocket, and he went like that. So hopefully they got the whistle out of the crowd. Because that's just silly. That's a good way to get somebody hurt. 79-56. Tagaban inside for Russell Dick. Kicked by Mike Martin. Going to be out of bounds to Huna. Trickle it into Kamal. Boy, he just can't get the shot to drop. Corner to John Martin Jr. That's going to be short. Rebound comes down to Mike Martin. Across the timeline to Davis. Lloyd. There's Rick Austin for 3. Got it. Rick Austin, a nice shooter. 32-56. Inside the 4.5-minute mark now. Lindoff. Kamal pulls up. NBA 3 over and off. Battle for the rebound. Came down to Rudy Bean. Rudy will bring it across the timeline. In the corner to Martin. Martin, 17-footer. Got it. Back the other way comes Kamal Lindoff. Drives down the lane. Good. Beautiful shot by Kamal. So it looks like Kake is going to advance to their 5th straight championship game, although this time coming out of the losers bracket, they were in the winners bracket, the other 4. Martin off to Wayne Watkins. On top to Bean. Right side, there's Austin again for 3. And there's Austin again at the bottom of the net for 3. 87-58. You don't want to run up the score, but you can't ask the subs who've only played a minute and a half not to try to score either. Russell Dick off to Gary Brown, no good. Rebound Russell Dick. There's John Martin Jr. This one looks good and is good. So John Martin Jr. knocks it down, and Huna wants a full timeout. 3:28 to go, 87-61. Back after a word from 2 of our sponsors.
More and more people are driving Toyota trucks for 2 reasons: quality and value. They have the lowest cost of ownership in their class and the best resale. Toyota Tacoma has long been recognized for its bulletproof reputation for reliability. And the new 2010 Toyota Tundra offers the best combination of power and MPG in the full-size class. For over 30 Toyota offers available now, visit buyatoyota.com.
See Mendenhall Toyota, 8602 Teal Street in Juneau. Toyota, moving forward.
When you need a little aid for those aches and pains brought about during the gold medal tourney, Foodland Superdrug downtown on Willoughby has what you need. From aspirin to ace bandages to a little help for those sore muscles, Foodland Superdrug can be fun for the rest of the family too. With great toys and games, candles and cards, and a wonderful selection of Russell Stover candies. Let Foodland Superdrug keep you tip-top during gold medal or anytime you need them. Best of luck to everyone during the 64th Annual Gold Medal Games.
Well, I did get me a gold medal T-shirt. Long 3 by Gary Brown, no good. It's an XL, so I'll wear that tomorrow night. How's that?
All right.
It's bright yellow. So I'll take my Harley shirt off, and I'll wear that gold medal shirt.
A little bit of an earlier start tomorrow night, Bob. We'll be down here at 4 o'clock.
4, 6, and 8 for the championship games. Dick drives underneath Gary Brown. Up, can't get it. Shoot, Russ. There's Lindoff again. Left it short. Gary Brown. Off to Kamal again. Good. And basically, barring a takedown, we're probably not going to see any whistles. Watkins for 3. Got it. And that's all right. As long as Kake goes ahead and shoots, I don't think Huna cares. Really, the only thing in doubt now is going to be the final score. Gary Brown. Oh, nice try. 90-63. There's Wayne Watkins again for 3. Over and off. Rebound Tagabound out to John Jr. We need to get Burt Jackson into the scoring, too. Long one by John. Nope, that one's going to be an air ball. Going to be out of bounds to Kake. John kind of looks at the crowd, shakes hands with everybody as he goes by. And off to Watkins again. Give it to Burt. Let him score. Austin up off the glass and good. We want Burt Jackson. We want Burt to score. 93, minute 33. Inside to Brown, thrown away again. I think he might be the only one who hasn't scored, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's really gotten into the scoring now. The only 2 that haven't scored up to this point are Wayne Friday and Burt Jackson.
I don't think Wayne has even played. Mike Martin for 3.
So Martin's tacked on 6 since about that 4-minute mark, Bob.
Yeah, Wayne's kind of sitting on the end of the bench. He hasn't even seen the light of day today. I don't know if he's a little sick or what. Down the lane, come on, Lindoff, no good. Rudy Bean, a rebound. Come on, give it to Burt. We want Burt to score. Nope, there's Austin again. Austin's being a ball hog now. Down to 45 seconds. John Jr., he's going to try it again. Well, over the backboard, down of bounds. So now Burt Jackson has the ball, and they want Burt to score. Burt drives. Oh, left it short. There was his chance. He kind of turns around and laughs. Another one for Kamal. Over and off. Rebound Watkins. Down to 12. Mike underneath to Burt. They were looking for Burt again. Stolen away. John Martin, long 3 at the buzzer. Over and off. So the final score, 97-63. Kake advances to the championship game, and we'll be back in 2 minutes to wrap it up.